set of 4 speakers who are coming from different educational backgrounds and different timelines.
And my journey to application has been that I did a 4 years bachelor's degree and a 2 year master's degree, and I worked for 2 years in an aerospace related company. And some more details about my timeline, etc. I think for me, I knew that I wanted to apply to grad school right during my master's, but I did not apply that year. I took some time, like in 2000.
My name is Aadhy. I'm a PhD candidate in aerospace engineering at the University of Illinois. I did my bachelor's also in aerospace engineering at Amrita University, Coimbatore in India, who were working in the area that I was interested in. I wanted to do a master's with thesis. I wanted to do a PhD, so I wanted to have a research advisor. So I chose.
My name is Jasmine. I'll be an incoming PhD student at Aeroastro MIT this fall. I finished my BTech and MTech dual degree in aerospace engineering from IIT Kharagpur, graduated in Middle East. But I selected these primarily based on the best fit to research profile and the research goals. And my third criteria was course and program objectives.
Thank you. That was very useful. Okay. And welcome to MIT, Jasmine.
Thank you, Durgesh.
Let's go to our last but not least speaker today, Nandita.
Hi, everyone. I think I'm on the other side of the study part now. But right now I'm working, or I actually recently joined as a research scientist at Amazon Prime Air. And before that, I just graduated actually this May with a PhD from Virginia Tech. But yes, what I basically want to say is that I took my time to kind of find out, do my research, did my GRE, TOEFL, and then again took some time to research or trying to apply. And I think since I was applying for my PhD the second time, the main criteria was again research, right? Which a lot of you would understand in terms of really helps. And I'll be happy to answer and talk about more.
Hi everyone, again welcome to WeLEAP's webinar. Thank you for joining us. What is the timeline of your preparation for the application to the programs?
But I had been working on choosing universities for like the better part of my undergrad. Was thinking about like different universities that I did consider at some level the ranking of these universities and also research and things like that. Two safe universities, two moderate, two a couple of them, and I chose 2 as a number.
Who would be the best people to approach for a letter of recommendation? Because it happens to be a very important thing while you're applying towards a university.
I can take that. So the best person to write a recommendation for you is someone who knows your work, who knows who you are as a person, and who knows that you are serious about applying to grad school. And at least you should have had 2 to 3 discussions with them that you want to apply to universities, what your goals are, what your post PhD or post MS plans are. So ideally it should be if you are applying after a master's,
letter readers, and also decide how much information the professors need to share and try to refresh their memory as well in case they forgot what it was like to work with you.
And as for what to do if you don't have like a great GPA, I think there are other areas where you can strengthen your application. You can take up research projects. You can get some experience writing papers. I know that's not like super common in undergrad, but any experience is a great experience. So if you can take any opportunity, even if it's not something that would end up on your resume, I think at some level it'll benefit you and it'll show in the conversations that you have in class or with the professor.
Like only the people who had the 10 GPA all the time, like in IITK we have 10 system, 10 by 10. So only they were applying to all the biggest schools like Caltech, Stanford, MIT. And I was like, so intimidated that time. I felt like maybe I'm not good enough. So then that's why I went towards getting some work experience and make my profile comparable to them, and that really helped. So that's an advice for everybody.
Hi, so I'm Srinivas. I'm an undergrad from IISc Bangalore. So currently I'm doing my research in geosciences, so in geochemistry. So I don't have, like right now I'm in 4th year undergrad. So I know that some universities, it's not mandatory to have an MS for PhD. So does this apply for most of the universities in US?
And then they talk to the professor, and then they join directly as PhDs from bachelors. So depending on your research, like, yes, having a master's sometimes can be helpful, but again, don't, like, you can definitely apply after bachelor's with your profile, and if you already know what area you are interested in, you can directly apply, and you're having publications and having research in that field will definitely be an add-on. So
I did reach out to many professors, and I would say that there is no correlation about with the professors who finally reached out to me about working with them. But doing that work, I think emailing them, finding out about the labs, finding out about the kind of research is done, that was the most important thing for me to make my SOP or tailor my resume in some way, and also understand what kind of research is going on and whether I actually want to join or not. So I think even though
And I remember in some of the places that I applied to, there were some open day programs or orientation programs for interested applicants where they specifically mentioned where in the SOP you have to write your professor's names. So some places recommend you to write it right in the first paragraph.
Just to add on, for masters, it may not, like, it's okay if you don't add specific names in case, like, you are just applying for like a course based program or.
So I am a fourth year undergrad student from IISc Bangalore itself. So I have a slightly different question, which is I'm thinking about applying for a direct PhD, not going for a master's.
You just have to focus on your research. Whereas in the US, as far as I know, you have to take a specific amount of courses, and that also adds up to a lot of time because you need to have certain number of credit hours before.
I just wanted to get opinion of all speakers on how did you start developing your SOP, and like what motivated you for that, and how did you think about that SOP? Could you share, like, just brief insight, all of you?
That question, I can just briefly say something I wanted to say and something I wish I knew. I think it's important to realize, like, there are cultural differences between India and the US, and especially this is true when you're sending emails. That's one thing. And then the question that Dukesh asked was how we went about our SOPs. I actually started the way it's something that I said before as an advice, that I started with self-reflection. So
and I think I really sat down and thought, why am I even trying to do a PhD now, and why not anything else? What is it about this career that I see myself doing and I think that I will enjoy? And are there some
Applied
specific
initially right after my BTech. It was more of a very, hurried application where I was like, okay, I'll just do this, I'll do this, like, it was a very unplanned kind of application. So I remember the first time I wrote my SOP, I actually, it was at a point where I was like, I just have to write it, right? So my first draft was, I just wrote everything that came in my mind, kind of my story, whatever, I felt like, bad points, good points. I think I just wrote for a while. And then, also some SOPs, and I spoke to some, like I said, some of my seniors and some people who had gone through this process, and then that helped me kind of shape my SOP a bit. So
Advice, like, first you write everything and then you just screen out the most important ones. Thanks all the speakers, thanks all participants, and we will see you in our next session. Let's stay connected and let's keep learning. Bye everybody.
Thank you.